Hey to all you cave guys and cave gals, Caveman Mining here. I hope everyone is well and having a good day. On today's video, we're gonna catch you guys up on a few things, my progress with the mining farm here in the Caveman garage. But before we jump into anything, I just wanna give a quick plug for our friends over at crypty.co. Make sure you guys go visit, plug in Caveman 10 for your 10% off rewards. These guys are awesome. They have everything from this cool looking flag that you see here to coffee mugs, to hoodies, to t-shirts, backpacks, you name it, they got it. Help us support the channel by going and checking some stuff out. And even if it's not on my brand, they've got some awesome other stuff pertaining to just crypto as well. Affiliate link will also be in the description below, so make sure you go check them out. Thanks, guys. As you guys can hear and see, we have the box fan up there running, blowing the air out. It is springtime and the temperature is starting to rise. We also have a box fan exhausting out the hot air blowing outside. We get the box fan here at the window exhausting the hot and warm air outside of the garage, so we got the air pushing and pulling from that side coming out here, getting sucked out the window here. A little bit of craftsmanship and ingenuity with a slice of a cardboard box here at the window. Not the best setup in terms of, you know, this being clean, but it is semi-functional. It is able to get the hot air out of the garage. And that all being said, outside is an ambient temperature about 50 degrees Fahrenheit right now. So inside we have about 79 degrees Fahrenheit in here, and it is dry. I've got to still work on the humidity here, but yeah, I mean, we've got a pretty decent setup here. So we've got that 8-card rig between the AMD and NVIDIA cards, quite a mix here. And then on our hanging rig, we have the MSI cards and the Gigabyte cards for 6600 XT and 6600s, as well as the two RTX 4000 cards. So it is getting a little bit toasty in here. So we need to figure out something probably this summer, once it starts getting hot, to have a better exhaust system or try to work on getting the temperature lower in here. And not only do I mention that because of the temperature rising up in the summer, but we did get in now 4 Radeon MSI 6600, the Armor Edition cards. So we're gonna get 4 of those cards installed up to the farm up here. And logic tells me that once we do that, the temperature is definitely going to rise up. Now, the 6600s are super efficient. They're not known to run super hot, so that is a positive. But yes, we are adding more wattage on, we're adding more hash rate on, more energy, and naturally the temperature is going to rise. So I've already got some remarks from people obviously in the past about, you know, don't buy graphics cards, you know, Ethereum mining is going to be ending soon, the merge is coming, you're crazy. And most people would take that advice, but myself, I am, number one, the merge is going to happen, but it's hard to say when. Now there's been some recent news out there that they put a testnet up for Ethereum that was apparently, I'd say 98% successful. I believe it was called Kiln. You guys can check out the full video for that. I'll try to leave a link in the description or a card up there so you guys can follow the latest updates. But with all that being said, I'm still bullish on Ethereum. I'm hedging or hoping the fact that there'll be more delays. Now June is the time frame where supposedly the merge will start, and Ethereum mining will then in turn be no longer. So I'm hoping that gets pushed out, because these cards as of today's date have about 400-day-ish return on investment if you're mining Ethereum. And then I believe if you go to the next coin up, which would be Ravencoin or Flux would be the next ones, you're going to push that out to potentially 900 days. So nothing I say is financial advice. Just because I'm going out and buying cards doesn't mean I'm telling you to go and do so. Do your own research, use your gut, use your brains in terms of what you want to do to buy, and make sure you are confident and protect yourself in your investment. The thing with these cards, where they were on sale for $399 from like 470 US dollars. So that kind of helped influence the decision and getting that return on investment down a little bit. But we still have to kind of get through the whole scenario of the merge, how long that's going to take. Is it going to be in June or July, August, September, or would it go late into the year and potentially next year? Who's to say? So getting into the plans a little bit more intimately is I plan to add those 4 6600s onto this hanging rig. Now we have 2 power supplies here that are conjoined and that go into the motherboard here. This is a BFG 1200 watt and this is a Corsair 850 watt. The problem is not so much our ability for wattage. This is plenty of wattage for this amount of cards, and adding those 4 MSI 6600s. The problem is the ports that are coming out of here. So we're limited to just a few more PCIe cables, and I believe on this PSU there's room for 1 more cable coming out, which yes, we can do some splitters. This one is completely tapped out here. So in terms of what else that we can do, we can't really add much, maybe get 1 or 2 cards more max, even with the risers. So I did order a 1400 watt Delta power supply from Parallels Miner, and that's coming by hopefully Tuesday. So the plan will be to kind of rebuild or reformat this hanging rig, clean it up a little bit. I don't like the cable management. I don't like the setup here. It's not very clean. So we will plan to fix this up and get it prettier looking and more functional, and obviously have more expandability with that PSU. We don't want to forget about this test rig here in the corner. I have some potential plans of taking this out and making it as another rig. I'm considering to buy another Kingwin frame here and stacking up and adding more cards that way as well. I still plan to look for deals beyond the 4 cards that I just got and hopefully buy more graphics cards, but I really want to be strategic and I want to get the price as low as possible. So other than Micro Center, Best Buy, Newegg looking for super sales, I know the prices of graphics cards are also going down, which is good. We'll still look on the secondhand market if there are people out there on Facebook that just really trying to offload their cards, and we'll be able to make some deals off that marketplace. The other factor of this too is we have our PDU here that is connected, and we're pretty much getting close to the capacity of the PDU. Not so much the circuit that we have. We have a 30 amp circuit, but this is the bottleneck. This is only 20 amps. So after we get the 6600s on there and maybe a few other cards, we're going to be getting close ish to that 80% mark on the wattage for this particular piece of equipment. So we've got our trusty Space Goats power meter here connected up. So everything that you saw, those 2 rigs, the test bench, all that plugged in across the way here, feeding through this cable all the way down, pulling about just over 1600 watts. Yeah, between 1500 and 1610 watts. So obviously that number is going to go up. We're good in terms of the circuit, but the problem is again the PDU. I think what we'll plan to do is get another power meter here, and we'll just do another 30 amp circuit coming out so we have some expandability. We also have the Triplite 30 amp PDU here. So the thought is to install that other 30 amp circuit, run some more cables down here, get that guy plugged in. We'll mount it somewhere on either on the back or underneath on the bottom there, or have it upright. Not quite sure the placement, but that'll allow us more expandability to add more rigs there. My only fear of continuing to build in this corner is just again the heat issue. Not sure if it is wise to continue to build at this bench area that heat, even though we have that box fan there, it just seems to get trapped into that little cubby. It's almost like a little cubby area in the garage, and it just sits there. So we'll see what our options are. Guys, let me know in the comments below based on what you see here. You've seen this garage a million times. You see kind of what we're working with. So, you know, if you have any suggestions in terms of being able to extract more efficiently the heat out of that corner, just to fill you in also, behind this wall is our HVAC system. It's where our furnace is. So I know Chump Change, there's been some other people who have considered tying in their you know, heat into the actual ductwork of their HVAC system. So I don't know if that's a possibility, if we get a grow tent here. Really not sure what the best course of action should be. But yeah, let me know, guys, what you think of that. I'm totally open for suggestions. Last but not least, I wanted to just give a little, I don't know, conclusion on my experience so far. Been mining for over a year now. It is now March. I started around January, February of 2021. It has been probably one of the most fulfilling experiences that I have ever had. You know, this is kind of a hobby, but it's also making money. I'm learning. There's a community to it. You guys are awesome. So I want to keep this going. I really, really do hope, and I firmly believe that even after Ethereum goes to the merge, that there will be something in terms of mining, you know, whether it's another coin or something pops up. I just can't see this whole, you know, thing going away after the merge coming. Yes, things might be different. It might take years to get a return on investment. But I think the passion is still there for the crypto mining community. Certainly is with me. I've just simply fell in love with it. So I've been totally fulfilled for the last year, and it just releases those endorphins, and it just puts me in my happy place. And with that all being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you look forward to seeing what I've got in store next for the mining garage here. And as always, we will see you next time. Take care, Caveman Mining.